At first, this scene isn't anything out of the ordinary. Young women preening and beautifying. But take a closer look and you'll see how fashion can be an effective means for challenging preconceptions. Blogger Sandrine Ciron's mission is simple: to make people think differently about disability.
Tonight, we have the second Fashion Handi Fashion for All runway show. There'll be disabled and able-bodied models. Alongside that, we also have stylists creating sexy, glamorous looks for handicapped women. And we've also got designers creating more standard haute couture pieces.
Before the show kicks off, the rehearsals, it's the first time the choreographers directed models in wheelchairs.
For people with electric wheelchairs, you need to set the speed. The girls tell me they always go really fast. And I told them, no, you really need to go slowly so that we can see the clothes, the dress. They're not used to taking their time, or people taking the time to look at them closely.
For this second edition of Fashion Handi, handicapped and able-bodied models appear together on the runway, joined by a number of regional beauty queens from across France.
The rehearsals are really complicated. At the start we felt a little bit uncomfortable because we're walking and they're not, but I think we're more there to help show them off than be seen ourselves. It's about doing it alongside them and saying to them, you're beautiful, you can do the runway, you can show yourselves off.
It's about being fearless, whether the disability is visible or not.
When you see me, you don't necessarily think I'm deaf, so people often get the wrong impression of me. And that's the sort of thinking I want to challenge with my beauty queen sash. You can't just judge people without knowing more about them.
Malika took part in the first Handi runway show in May 2014. Back then she only wore trousers, afraid of showing her legs, but no longer.
It's still complicated. They're part of my disability and they're not exactly more attractive than those of an able-bodied model, so it's still hard for me to show them.
But there are lots of able-bodied people who don't like showing off their legs.
Yes, that's true, but you know.
Before the runway show, tensions are high backstage. The remedy? A little humour. Why are you stressed?
We're afraid of doing a bad job. Usually I go really, really fast, but this is different.
And we're afraid of something else that will fall over or get run over. And we're afraid of the chairs running over our feet. We don't usually do the catwalk together. She could crush our feet on purpose.
Fashion Handi also provides an opportunity to discover clothes specifically adapted to the needs of handicapped people. Take, for example, these jeans.
These jeans are much higher at the back than usual. It's more comfortable if you're sitting down a lot. The seams are also very smooth to avoid chafing the skin.
Other hidden features: elastic to make the clothes simpler to take off, reinforcements to support the body, and an automatic release system that makes fiddly zips a thing of the past. Most of the cost of standard-issue wheelchairs is covered by the state, but with 75% of their production outsourced to the US, French companies don't see much of the cash. Edouard Détré saw a gap in the market and now produces fashion-forward wheelchairs in France.
It's not easy living with a disability day in, day out, so I think my product, having an attractive chair, can help someone who's just had an accident start to feel themselves again. And the same goes for someone who's been disabled for a long time. It's about feeling good, being able to go to a restaurant, a club, and being able to finally almost show your wheelchair off and not be ashamed. To be proud of your chair, that's the goal.
For others, it's less about taking pride in disability as refusing to let it define you.
You don't need to take part in an event like this to be able to wear a dress. You can simply wear a dress to feel feminine. Being handicapped is just a part of our morphology. But it has no effect on our integrity as individuals. I'm a woman before being a disabled person, fortunately.
To finance its activities, Fashion Handi is selling via its website a series of recreations of iconic images, all taken by former model Barbara D'Alessandri. The message here is simple.
It's about showing that you might have a disability, but you can still be professional within the world of fashion. That goes for everyone, from the models to the stylists. There you go.
Sandrine Ciron is now preparing for the third edition of her Fashion for All show, the challenge securing sponsorship from prestigious fashion houses, and by the looks of it, she's up to the task.